tosses. You don't throw it out.
Solid. Oh my, what a...
Call me a giant or call me a 49er. Call me a warrior cause I follow a code.
What's happening, YouTube? DataRip1 here with FightnightsFinest, bringing you guys a very close fight, but more importantly, our top 10 tips and mistakes to avoid when you're starting out on YouTube. And with that being said, FightnightsFinest, take it away on number 1.
Alright guys, just give my quick opinion and thoughts on this exactly that we're doing. I just want to say that we don't know everything. This is just stuff that we learned from experience, and we feel will give you an insight to know maybe things that go on behind the scene in YouTube. And if you're getting started, we feel these tips can help you out tremendously and get you started on the right path and help you grow your channel in the correct manner. Without further ado, let's head into this list here, and the first thing we want to talk about is enjoyment.
Whether you're doing YouTube as a hobby, quote unquote hobby as some people call it, or as a job, you have to enjoy what you're doing. If you don't enjoy it, it's going to show up in your content. If you're doing a job that you hate, you're not going to really want to do that job very well. You might try to, you might force yourself to do it, but it's not going to be anywhere near as good as it was if you're actually doing a job that you enjoy and if you love what you're doing. So make sure that you're enjoying your content, because who else is going to enjoy the content if you're not enjoying it?
That's a good point, Dave. It's always important that you enjoy what it is that you're doing, because if you don't, think about how you're going to feel down the line about 6 or 7 months or even a few weeks after you get started and you're not enjoying what you're doing. You're going to want to quit, and you're not going to want to continue what it is that you're doing, and you're not going to want to move forward or try to progress your channel in any way or form. So with that being said, let's move on to the things that you need to bring to the table in order to succeed on YouTube, which is uniqueness.
Uniqueness is a very important part if you want to start YouTube. YouTube is a vast universe, particularly with gaming channels, that is so saturated and so flooded, as many people have said before, that you really have to work and look for that notch that's going to set you apart from other people, because if not, then there's a good chance that you're just going to get left behind by these people, these YouTube ballers that have been at it since you were in diapers as far as your YouTube career goes.
Yeah, man, when it comes down to being unique, you have to have something that nobody else has. You hear the generic commentator, the guy who just starts his video off the way everybody else does, and the guy who's never going to grow on YouTube because it's something that they've heard before. You don't want your subs to feel like you heard this before. You're going to have something that is completely different that nobody else has ever had. And with uniqueness, that's what you got to show inside your content. When it comes to, this is also, by the way, for commentators, or as well as maybe if you're a video editor, do something different that nobody else has ever seen before. And with that being said, let's move on to the next thing, which is patience.
It's very important to be patient on YouTube. Like I said, it's a vast, saturated thing that you're trying to get yourself into, and there's been a lot of people that have been there and done it before. So you have to understand that your channel's not going to grow overnight. You're not going to get a huge following overnight. I know some people have come out with videos and they instantly blow up and they get millions of subscribers, but generally that's not from gaming channel videos. So you have to be really patient, and not being impatient has led to some really bad things that I've seen people do. It's led people to doing things such as asking for shout outs, spamming people's comment sections, buying subscribers, just things that make people that watch your videos and see you doing that kind of look at you in that light, and it says a lot about you if you're willing to do that for your channel to succeed.
Yeah, like I said in the beginning, this is all about doing it the right way, and when doing it the right way, it does require a lot of patience. Not to rub my resume in anybody's face, but I've only been doing this for 10 months. Some people may consider that a long time, and others have done it way longer than I have. There's been people who's been doing this for 5-6 years. Easy work for them, no problems at all. And it took them time to get their channels where they are, and they was also the first people to do this. You got to understand, coming into the YouTube game, This has been done before. This is something that has been done by thousands of other people before you. So when it comes down to having patience, it may take years in order to get where it is that you want to get. Some, depending on the content that you post, that can turn out, for example, I post Fight Night, and Fight Night is not a huge market at all, and there's not a lot of other commentators for it. So I only have nearly 600 subscribers at the moment, while a guy who may post Call of Duty may grow faster than me. Like they say, Rome was not built in a day, and neither will your channel. With that being said, you know, sub for sub, and that's not the way to ever go. You sub to a channel, they sub back to you. But what's gonna happen when it comes to them coming back for your next video? They don't even click on the video. They're simply just hitting the subscribe button. And one thing that you want out of YouTube is to have a good view to sub ratio. So if I have, for example, 400 subs and I have 200 people watching my videos, that's half, which is extremely good, because there's people out there with 1,000 subs but only have 40 to 60 people watching their videos or clicking on them. So you got to think about that next time whenever it comes to growing your channel the correct way. So remember, patience is very key. Moving on now, we want to talk about networking.
It's very important to be careful and really know the person that you network with before doing so. If you don't know a lot about people and you just jump into doing something, it can lead to very nasty, very public fallouts and quote-unquote YouTube beefs, which can be very harmful to your channel, especially if you're starting out. It's very hard to get a first chance on YouTube, much less a second chance. So you want to be sure that you know that person well enough to know that it's going to be a good relationship and it's not going to end bad.
Yeah, like they say, you know, be careful who you get in bed with, man. It's crazy out here in this YouTube game where you see certain people, you know, you get to know people over time. You got to understand, these are people that you are dealing with. These aren't robots. These are actual people that have a mindset as to what it is that they want to do. When it comes to networking, you want to find people with a great work ethic and not afraid to, you know, get their hands dirty. And when I say that, I mean people who are not afraid to take hours of time to put together a video. You know, those are the kind of people you want. People with the same mindset as you. People who have a sense of direction as to where it is they want to take their channel. Now, some people do YouTube as a hobby. Other people do it because they want to grow their channel and get to becoming a bigger channel. Other people do it just simply to show people what it is that they're doing. So try to bond or try to get together with like-minded people and take your time before you actually try to do any work with them. You know, through experience, it teaches you, you know, if people are fake or what people's true intentions are. You gotta be able to read people when it comes down to networking. And when networking, or you know, you posting videos, you're gonna get the next topic, which is called haters.
One more thing about networking before we move on to haters. Always be on the lookout for people who are gonna try and just use you as a stepping stone. There's a lot of people on YouTube that are gonna try and act like they're your friends, or they're gonna try and act like they have your best interest in hand. But make no mistake about it, YouTube is a competition. Even if you are friends with people in this friendly competition, you know, you're always going to have those guys that are looking to just eat you as their next meal to get to where they're going. So let's go ahead and get into haters. Haters is just a fact of life on YouTube. You're going to deal with haters. I mean, you can have the best content in the world, and there's always going to be that one dickhead that's going to leave that dislike, even just if it's because there's no dislikes on it yet. He wants to be that first one to be a dick and dislike your videos. But how you deal with that person says a lot about your character and says a lot to your subscribers. You know, your first response is going to be wanting to call this guy out and proving him wrong and all that, but as FightnightsFinest, I'm sure he'll tell you that's not always the best move.
Yeah, man, when it comes down to dealing with haters, you gotta be, like we said earlier, be patient and know how to deal with somebody. If you got a guy who's rally up and upset and you're just smooth and you're relaxed and you handle the situation, I hate to say it, as much as people like to do it as a hobby, if you handle the situation professionally, people will respect you for that. It's not always good to fight fire with fire. We've done with this many times in life, and that's not the only time you're going to deal with haters. Is through YouTube drama with other commentators. You got subscribers who's going to be in the comment section hating on your videos for sometimes no apparent reason. Some people do it to be trolls. Other people do it just because it's fun to them. If you go back and look at some of these people's recent activities, when you click on their channel, you will notice the last 10 things that they did was leave some hateful criticism on somebody's video. These people are gonna come, and you're gonna have to learn how to deal with it. The way I handle it and the way I advise most people to handle it, it may take away from your view count, or it may take away from your sub count, because some people sub to your channel just to hate. So what you would do, or what I do, is I block them and I move forward. And that's the reason why you want to have that good sub to view ratio that we talked about earlier. When you block people like that, you're only getting the people who actually want to come back and watch the videos to come back and watch it. So when it comes to haters, you know, always be poised and always have respect and know how to deal with them. I'm not saying be soft, but be smart about how you handle these things. So with that being said, let's move on to the next thing, which is content scheduling.
It's very important. I have yet to set this up myself, but it's very important to get on a schedule with your subscribers. If you're putting too little content out there, they're gonna forget you even exist and think you don't do YouTube anymore, and possibly unsubscribe. But if you're flooding their inbox with, you know, 9, 10, 11 videos a day, it's really hard for them to watch every single video that you're posting, and it may become an annoyance to them. So, you know, if you have your videos scheduled where 2, 3, 4, 5, however many videos you want to post, just make sure that you let them know when these videos are coming. That way they can look forward to watching your videos and know when it's coming, and they'll know where to get your fix, their fix of your videos.
Say it better myself. It's always important to know how much to upload and how little to upload. Me personally, I feel if you give a person a specific time that you're going to do something, you know, it's going to be done by that time, or they can expect it to be done. I've seen various commentators out there where they, even if they post 3 videos a day, they'll say one's coming at 3, one's coming at 6, and one's coming at 9. And every time you click on that person's channel, you know to expect a video from them, or you know to expect a video from them every 2 days, or every day, or some people are maybe once a week. Some guys it's once a month, depending on the type of videos that they do. When it comes to gaming content, you know, if you want to be the guy who posts every day, make sure that you don't get yourself burned out. That's the most important thing. Your content has to be scheduled to where your ideas can always be fresh and it can always work well for what it is that you're trying to do. Moving on now, we're going to talk about the most important thing. Now that you know how to adjust yourself, you know what to expect, you know what kind of things you might deal with, you know what things to avoid. Now let's actually get down to the stuff and the materials that you're going to need for when you post your content. Like number 1, your mic quality.
Mic quality is very important. I think we've all heard the guy that has the $10 dollar store mic, where you hear all the crackling and all the background noise, and it just doesn't sound very well, and you can't really hear his voice. And that goes along with video quality. With YouTube being such a competition, you got people spending hundreds and hundreds of dollars to do their YouTube channels. So, you know, the days of pointing cameras at your screen and having a shitty mic and being able to be successful with that, sorry to break it to you, but they're over. You know, some videos you can have crappy quality and it still goes viral, but 9 times out of 10 that is not a gaming channel. That's like a comedy video, or that's something that happened out in real life, like a police brutality or something like that, some major event that is captured on a cell phone or something like that. If you want to be successful at YouTube at a gaming channel, you have to make sure that you put the effort, you put the time, and unfortunately you have to put a lot of money into getting the right equipment to do that. Some people are just going to look at your channel and that they see all the pixels and they see, you know, that you have a crappy mic quality. They're just, you could have the best content in the world and they're not going to give your videos a second chance. It's sad to say this, but YouTube, much like other things in life, people judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, it's true, man. Like mic quality, you don't want to have background noise, you don't want to have your family members talking in the background, or have some incredibly loud music that doesn't go with anything. When it comes to video editing, your presentation is extremely important. Like if there's something unnecessary, cut it out. There's been so many videos out there that are extremely long. You may have a 30-minute video of a full fight, for example, on Fight Night. You can cut the ring times out. You can cut unnecessary rounds out. When it comes to video editing, you have to keep your viewers entertained, or they always see something new. If it's just like if you're watching something on TV, if there was no commercials or there was no cutscenes and it was just running through the whole time, you probably want to be entertained in it. So make sure, you know, when it comes to your video editing skills, that you know that you work on that. You work on your color correction, which is extremely important. Me, from personal experience, I started off with a really bad capture card, and I had a lot of trouble just getting the video quality or the video color correction to look the way that it should, where some videos was too bright and you get like a white tint on the screen. Others were really dark, and you know, it was hard to even see the fighters moving. The frame rate was dropping, and some of the fights weren't all that great. And when it comes to color correction, you have to have a nice balance of color, you know, bright colors, good brightness, but not too dark on contrast. You know, that's going to take time for you to figure it out yourself. You can't watch a YouTube video and all of a sudden, you know, you have the correct settings, unless if it's for that specific game or it's with that exact, you know, capture software or whatever it may be that you're using. So when it comes down to video quality or color correction, take your time, figure it out. You know, even if you have to do a couple of test runs on your channel and have people give you their opinions on it, take your time when it comes to your video quality and try to get that right off the bat. Make sure your audio levels aren't too loud. If you have music playing in the background of your videos, don't have it overshadowing your voice. You know, that all comes down to how you handle your audio levels, and sometimes it's going to take a little bit of time to get done. Now we're going to talk about optimizing your videos. Dave?
It's very important on YouTube to optimize your videos, and what I mean by that is by having the right title and the right keywords in your title, as well as not misleading people. It's a good fix to get viewers to begin with, but you're gonna get a lot of pissed off viewers if you're saying it's one thing and it's another. Perfect example is like people that post fights and they get rickrolled. I don't know if everybody knows what I'm talking about, but it's that guy that's dancing and he's singing a song, never gonna let you give you up or some shit like that, and it's just annoying. You get a lot of people that are pissed off. Some people find it funny, but 9 times out of 10 it's not a good way to get people to enjoy your content. You're just gonna get a bunch of mad people. And also it helps, you know, for people to be able to find your video. You gotta put the right keywords in for Google and all that, and as well as putting it in your tags. A lot of people, they don't bother with descriptions and they don't bother with tags, and what it leads to is a lot of people not being able to find your videos.
Yeah, everything's not through sub count. You gotta, you know, generate people to come from all over the place, through the YouTube search page, through Google whenever they search for it. That description that you fill up, that's how people end up finding your videos. You know, and with that being said, you know, let's move on to partnerships, because partnerships is a really important thing when it comes to YouTube. You don't want to get in bed with the wrong person. We've said this before, and you've seen it all the time, where you get partner with a company that's going to steal your views, or you know, they're not giving you a right monetized view to their ratio, where they take some of the money out, or they don't, you know, your partner's features and stuff is good, but you end up getting stuck in a contract with a company that you don't like, a company that don't support you, a company that doesn't give you any help where you need it. You know, certain networks that you partner with, they just take advantage of you and take advantage of your content and take advantage of your viewers. Don't be overzealous to get a partnership. When it comes to partnerships, take your time, research the company, research the CPM, research how the split's gonna work. If it's a 7/30 split or 80/20 split, a CPM could be how much you're gonna make per video, how much you get out of the ads that are placed in your videos. Be very careful of who you go with when you decide to go for a partnership. And having a partnership isn't gonna always help you get views, especially if you partner with some of these bigger networks. They're only concerned about the bigger channels. They're not concerned about you. So be very careful what you go for a partnership for. Partnerships are just for thumbnails and live streaming ability. So like I said, be careful who you partner with. I'm going through it right now, guys. It's tough to be with a bad network whenever it is that you, or whoever it is that you decide to partner with. So I think that just about covers everything, guys. These are just some stuff that we go through, or some things that we've been through, and some things that we experience. This is not a personal attack on anybody. It's just to let you guys know maybe some of the things that you may experience along the way, or some things that you can possibly avoid from learning from our mistakes.
And yeah, guys, we don't know everything. We don't pretend to know everything, but you know, these are, like Finance said, which is things that we've been through, and you know, we're not gonna help everybody. There's been people that have done it better than us and know a lot more than us, but you know, this is for the people that are just starting out, and if we can help one person, then our job is done here.
Yeah, guys, so thank you guys for watching. You know, if you liked what you see, you know, hit that subscribe button or comment, leave a like on it. If it helped you out in any way, you know, follow these tips to a T, and I guarantee you'll have a pretty decent start on your way to YouTube. This is your boy FightnightsFinest, the sofa commentator, and I'm off.
Today, real quick, I'd just like to thank FightnightsFinest for doing this video for me and allowing me to post it on my channel. And also, guys, enjoy the fight, the rest of the fight. Probably one of the closest fights I've ever been in. Went down to the wire, and it's just a great fight. I think people are really gonna enjoy it. And this is Data Rope on the commentator. I'm off this piece. Oh, nice straight to the face.
There you go.
Nice.
Ah, mistimed it.
I can't believe I didn't get that.
Very nice round.
Fucking A. It's probably one of the closest fights we've ever had.
I know, right? I'm sweating.
Me too. Literally. That's weird how that happens. Does it happen to you too?
Yeah.
Like when you get in a fucking really good fight.
And my hands get sweaty, or I really just
Yeah.
start sweating.
Like you're actually in a boxing fight. My wife walked by me one time. She's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you sweating like that?" Like, just mind your business, woman.
This is serious.
Right. Make me a sandwich.
Ooh.
Going in for the kill, huh?
I'm just trying to make sure I fight such a smart, man.
I got you.
Gotta score as many points as possible while stamina's up. I don't know. I'm going for it.
Oh, fuck!
There.
Nice. Could have let it play, man. That was beautiful.
Still probably behind those other cars by 1 round.
No way. That definitely did it.
You definitely took the knife, though.
Trying to get that back without being stupid and getting knocked out.
God, nice, beautiful.
Tried to land that upstairs and was off the mark.
Oh.
Was really hoping that would have did it for me, man. Fuck.
Last 10 seconds of the fight. Good clean shot with fire. Well done by Oscar De La Hoya. Final bell before
Great fight, man.
Yeah, great fight. That's gonna be perfect for this video too.
Oh yeah. Just hope they can pay attention to the tips.
Yeah, I have a friend of mine. So, well, he's a subscriber, but I consider him a friend now. But we've been playing. Every time he says he watched one of my videos, he stops it just so you can see, so you can listen to watch the gameplay once, and then wants to watch the commentary.
Yeah.
De La Hoya is your winner by unanimous decision tonight.
Good shit, man.
We both went 5 rounds.
Yeah.
There's just a knockdown in the end.
Would have been a draw if not for that knockdown. Well, somebody would have won, but it would have been a draw if they had draws.
Yeah.
Either way, man, good shit.